This is a very, very specific form for a very, very specific location. Slowly as the building developed, we turned the building subtly to the river. It's definitely a riverside location now by its orientation, by the cuts that we've made in the building, and certainly a signature building to the river.
The reason we like it so much is because it's incredibly well located. Ever since the Millennium Bridge came along and incorporated therefore the Central Line and some of the overground stations like Moorgate and Liverpool Street Station, you find there's very few places in London that is so well connected.
You will have soon the brand new Blackfriars Road station, which is going to be located on the south side of the river, so that's going to be very plush and very new. Down the other end of the road you've got Southwark, you've got Waterloo East, obviously Waterloo, you've got London Bridge, so there's no excuse, you have to get to work.
We've also got lots of cycle paths now, and if you're in a rush, it's the easiest thing in the world to hail a taxi.
It's also a business improvement district, which means that you have another group of people whose sole interest every waking moment is about making Southwark a great place to live and work.
You do have huge, massive international companies like Shell, IBM, Ernst & Young, right next to cultural organisations. Then you've also got lots of little creative agencies and interesting companies that are nestled in under the arches.
You've got the smartness of the city, you've got the size of the floor plates that you want, but the rents aren't anywhere near the city rents. So it's a really smart move to Southwark.
This part of Southwark offers a very interesting insight into the history of London, going back to kind of Shakespearean times.
You still have extraordinary places like the Laughing Gravy restaurant. You really got a sense of life to the place, a heart to the place, a soul to the place. With the 2012 Olympics coming up, this area is being billed as the cultural quarter of London.
Ever since the Tate came along, you have this sense that this is a kind of fun place, a happening place, a really creative place.
The Young Vic, which is just over the way, has been completely redeveloped. We've got the Old Vic at the end of the road.
You've got the Royal Festival Hall, BFI South Bank, you've got the IMAX, you've got the National Theatre, and then you go right down to the Globe, and there's loads of little art galleries and things along the way.
We've got vintage shops, some fantastic cafes, and even model trains if you're into that sort of thing. If you want to buy a birthday present, get your shoes rehealed, buy picture hooks, get your dry cleaning done. You've got a huge variety of shops.
You can go to the cinema, you can go to the theatre. We're 5 minutes walk from Covent Garden.
You see a stream of people walking out of Borough Market on a Friday, and it's not just for the organic food and the massive parmesans, it's also because there's some fantastic restaurants down there. But everybody knows about Borough Market, don't tell anybody else.
Or you can go for something with a more swanky riverside view like Skylon or the Oxo Tower.
I came to work in this area kind of 8 years ago. It took me 2 years to make the decision to come and live here. That's how much I'm kind of convinced that this is an area of London that is well worth investing in.